You are walking through a corridor. You turn left, another corridor. You turn right, another corridor. Every door looks the same. Every path leads back to where you started. And no matter how fast you walk, no matter how desperately you search, you cannot find the way out. You have had this dream, or one like it. The dream of being endlessly, hopelessly lost. Most people wake from it with their heart racing and then dismiss it as stress. But Ibn Sirin said, the dream of getting lost is one of the most spiritually significant dreams a person can have. Not because it is frightening, but because of what it is pointing to deep inside your life, your decisions, and your soul. In this video, we are going to unpack this dream completely. What does Islam say about it? What did Ibn Sirin say? What does modern psychology reveal? And most importantly, what is your lost dream trying to tell you? Stay with me, because the answer might change how you see your life right now.
The dream of getting lost comes in many forms. Some people dream of wandering through an endless maze with no exit. Others find themselves in a city they do not recognize, streets that twist and turn with no logic. Some dream of being lost in a forest, the trees growing darker and closer as they walk. Others dream of being in a building, a school, a hospital, and no matter which floor they reach, they cannot find what they are looking for. The details differ, but the feeling is always the same. Confusion, anxiety, the desperate need to find direction, and the terrifying sense that direction no longer exists. This is one of the most commonly reported dreams across all cultures and all centuries. Ibn Sirin documented it extensively because this dream, as unsettling as it feels, is rarely just a nightmare. It is almost always a message.
Ibn Sirin approached the dream of getting lost through the lens he applied to every dream. Who is the dreamer and what is the state of their life? If you dream of being lost in a desert, Ibn Sirin said this often points to a person who has strayed from the straight path, the Sirat al-Mustaqim. The desert represents spiritual emptiness, distance from Allah, and the absence of guidance. This dream is a call to return. If you dream of being lost in a city or marketplace, Ibn Sirin interpreted this as confusion in worldly affairs, business decisions gone wrong, a person pulled in too many directions by dunya, by the distractions of this world. If you dream of being lost in a forest or wilderness, Ibn Sirin saw this as a sign of being surrounded by confusing people or situations. The trees represent people, those who block your view, who mislead you, who crowd your judgment.
If you dream of being lost and then finding your way, this is the most positive version. Ibn Sirin said this signifies that clarity is coming. After confusion, Allah will open a way for you. The finding of the path within the dream is itself a glad tiding. And if you dream of being lost with no resolution, wandering endlessly, Ibn Sirin said this is the most serious version. It points to a person deep in confusion who has not yet turned back toward Allah for guidance. The dream is not a punishment. It is an invitation. Come back. Ask for direction. The path has not disappeared. You have simply stopped looking in the right place.
Every single day, 17 times at minimum, every Muslim asks Allah for one thing above all others. Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. Not give us wealth. Not protect us from illness. The first and most fundamental request is do not let us get lost. This tells us something profound about how Islam views the human condition. Getting lost spiritually, morally, directionally is not just a possibility, it is the default risk of human life. The straight path must be actively sought, actively requested, and actively walked.
Modern psychology has studied the lost dream extensively.
And the findings align with Ibn Sirin's teachings in a remarkable way. Psychologists identify it as one of the top 5 most universal human dreams, appearing across every culture, every age group, and every historical period studied. Decision paralysis. When facing a major life decision and feeling unable to commit to a direction, the dream of getting lost appears. The labyrinth represents the choices. The inability to find the exit represents the inability to decide. Identity confusion. When going through a period of questioning who we are, our purpose, our values, our direction, the lost dream intensifies. We are literally lost within ourselves. Life transitions. New job, new city, new relationship, divorce, loss. Any major transition that removes familiar landmarks can trigger this dream. The subconscious is processing. The old map no longer works. Suppressed anxiety about direction. Something in your waking life is going in the wrong direction, and you know it. You have pushed the awareness down, but the dream brings it up in the night. Carl Jung said that being lost in a dream often represents the ego's awareness that it has separated from its deeper self. In Islamic terms, the fitra, the pure innate nature, knows the way, and the dream is the fitra calling you back to it.
The person at a crossroads, someone facing a major life decision, marriage, career, relocation, who has not yet sought counsel from Allah through istikhara. The dream is a reminder. Ask Allah for guidance, and then commit. The person who has drifted spiritually, someone whose connection to Salah, Quran, and dhikr has weakened gradually. They may not feel lost in daily life, but their soul knows the distance. The person surrounded by confusion, someone in a toxic relationship or manipulative environment that is pulling them away from their values. The people around them have become the walls of the labyrinth. The person in grief or transition, someone who has lost a loved one, a job, a sense of purpose. The familiar map of their life has been removed, and they have not yet found the new one. Ibn Sirin said, before interpreting this dream, always ask, where in your life do you feel you have lost your way? Because they already know the answer. The dream is simply confirming what the heart has been too afraid to say out loud.
So what does your lost dream mean? Ask yourself these 3 questions, honestly, slowly, with your heart open. First, where in my life am I currently confused about which direction to take? Second, is there an area of my deen where I have been slowly drifting without admitting it? Third, is there a decision I have been avoiding, something I know I need to face? The answers to those 3 questions are the interpretation of your dream. Not the labyrinth, not the corridor, not the forest. You are the interpretation. And here is the most important thing Ibn Sirin taught about this dream. The exit always exists. No labyrinth in a dream or in life is truly endless. The path back to clarity, to purpose, to Allah, it is always there.
Sometimes it requires stillness instead of more running. Sometimes it requires asking for help from Allah first, then from those wiser than us. Sometimes it simply requires the courage to stop, make dua, and trust that He who created the path has not abandoned the one walking it. The Prophet said, "Whoever makes istikhara will never be lost, and whoever seeks counsel will never regret." If you are having this dream, do not ignore it. Pray 2 raka'at, ask for guidance, then take 1 step forward. The labyrinth ends with the first honest step. If you have had this dream and recognized yourself, share it in the comments. I read every one. Until next time, may your nights bring you clarity, and may Allah always guide your steps to the straight path. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.